A god kneels in the dark. His eyes are wide with madness. In his hands he holds the body of his own child, and he is eating it. This is not a myth painted for a palace. This is a private nightmare that Francisco Goya painted on the walls of his own house, and never intended anyone to see. This is the story of Saturn devouring his son, the darkest painting in the history of Western art. By 1819 Francisco Goya was 73 years old. He was almost completely deaf. He had survived a near-fatal illness in the 1790s that left him permanently damaged. He had lived through the Napoleonic invasion of Spain and the brutal years of repression that followed. He bought a quiet country house on the outskirts of Madrid, the Quinta del Sordo, the house of the deaf man. There, far from the court and the public, he began to paint directly on the plaster walls. What he created over the next 4 years would later be called the Black Paintings. There were 14 murals in total. None of them were commissioned. None of them were signed. None of them were meant for sale or exhibition. They show witches' Sabbaths, old men eating soup, solitary figures in darkness, and scenes of pure psychological terror. Saturn Devouring His Son was painted in the dining room on the ground floor. Goya never explained them. He left no letters, no titles, no notes. We are looking at something that was never supposed to leave those walls. In classical mythology, the Titan Saturn, Cronus, was told that one of his children would overthrow him. To prevent this, he swallowed each of them at birth. Earlier artists, like Rubens, showed Saturn as a distant, almost elegant figure swallowing a baby whole. Goya does something far more terrifying. His Saturn is old, naked, wild-eyed and frantic. The body he holds is not a baby, it looks like an adult. He is not swallowing. He is tearing and chewing. Blood runs down the pale flesh. This is not mythology. This is horror. What was Goya painting? Scholars have offered many interpretations. Some see the fear of old age and death. Some see the violence of political power that consumes its own people. Some see pure madness. Some see time itself devouring everything. Because Goya left no explanation, every viewer is forced to confront the image alone. That is part of its power. After Goya's death, the house changed hands. In the 1870s, the murals were cut from the walls and transferred to canvas, a brutal process that damaged them forever. They were shown in Paris and later donated to the Prado. What we see today is not exactly what Goya painted on his walls. Colors have changed. Details have been lost or restored. But the terror remains. Saturn Devouring His Son was never meant for us. It was a private vision of a deaf, aging, disillusioned man painting in the dark. And yet it has become one of the most unforgettable images ever created. Because sometimes the things an artist never wanted the world to see are the things the world cannot look away from. Subscribe if you want the stories paintings never tell themselves.